Chelsea Football Club give us their new targets through Enzo Maresca for this season. Yes, top four is back on apparently. Aston Villa versus Chelsea, the match preview, but first we need to cover the press conference. What does he talk about? Our new target, players that are injured, Unai Emery and the brilliant job that he's doing at Aston Villa, what we need from the fans, and he also talks about the protest, Malo Gusto and Tyreek George. It's a jam-packed video today. We literally have a lot to cover. I want to do it in under 15 minutes. So what I ask from all of you is, number one, hit that like button. 1,000 likes goes a massive way. Number two, we're like 700 people away from 40,000. Listen, can we just get like 25 new subscribers today and just keep it stepping and keep the ball rolling? So if you're new, do me a favor, subscribe. It's free of charge. Just pay the rent. Aston Villa versus Chelsea is a tricky fixture as it is. However, when you've got injuries, broski, it gets a lot harder, right? So we need to talk about this from the outset and we need to be honest. What has happened? Enzo Maresca said we have got injuries to 6 players. Numero uno, we have got an injury to Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke got injured the other day. Apparently, it's a hamstring issue and he's going to be out and will return after the international break. You're going to see a trend over here. That is bad news because we already have Mark Yu and Nicholas Jackson both out till after the international break. Furthermore, Benoit Badiashile, Wesley Fofana and Lavia are all expected, based on what he said, after the international break. This is a problem. And I'm going to explain to you why this is a problem, because a lot of those players take us to the next level. A lot of these players are players that directly contribute to the good things that we were doing at the start of the season. And he said, and this is actually very honest, he said, I rewatched the game against Aston Villa the other day. And when I rewatched it, I saw one thing and it was very evident. How much physically we were more imposing. And this is where it gets very interesting, because he said Romeo was there. Wesley Fofana, Nicholas Jackson, Noni, all played a pivotal role. Furthermore, he said we were all really amped up and physically enforcing, and he said it is important to win the second duels. But this is the way a Prem is going. Look, the Prem from our last 5 years has been very Pep Guardiola orientated. You know, keep the ball, tiki-taka, slow, methodical. You run the team into the ground. In recent years, it's become a league of duels. Newcastle catch you slipping, they'll punch you up. Liverpool catch you slipping in the midfield, they'll bench press you. You got Arsenal running around, literally deadlifting you every 13 seconds. Overhead press. Everything became about muscles and just ability to win your duels. Yet, Chelsea at the moment, with Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer in the midfield, very weak. Caicedo can hold his own, Enzo is selective when he can hold his own, and Cole Palmer's just, he's a wide player, do you know what I mean? He's the one that wants to express himself, and if he can avoid the duel, he will. So, when we get those players back, Enzo believes they can help us, but he said it's only after the international break and we need to be very honest and open, but we still need to get results now, and I loved that. What was very evident is he got that phone call. Listen, he got that phone call, we got that little text message, big man, you're at Chelsea, you can't be saying what you're saying. That's what they told him. So what happened? They asked him, do you think, what are your expectations? He said, look, we got 13 games to go, for sure we can make top 4. We are an ambitious team. And then he went on a soliloquy. Listen, if you heard about all the volumes of people moaning about how he doesn't want to get top 4, I heard it because I covered it and I moaned. I guarantee you the ownership and the manager and the players heard it as well. And he said, when we were winning, I came out, I said the exact same thing as I said whilst we are losing. When we're winning, I'm just humble. When we're losing, it's an excuse and it's not the reality. It's a losing mentality. And you know what? I agree with him. When we're winning and he comes out and says, look, we need to be realistic. We're in a top 4 battle. Everyone said, he's just being humble. We're just a chilled guy. Your words, peeps, your words. I said, we're in a title race. People said, no, we're just a chilled guy. Stupid emojis of Arthur. I don't want to see that, okay? Furthermore, then he said, when we start losing, all of a sudden, it's excuses. It's not the reality. I lack ambition. And I want to win trophies. I want to be successful. Everyone in the directors to the ownership group wants to be successful. 2 months ago when we were second, it's the same ownership. It's the same directors. I agree with him. And this is exactly why I will reiterate again. Not change the ownership. I don't care who owns us. I'll tell you a little secret. I genuinely don't care. If Blueco go. I don't care. I've got no affinity to Todd Bowley, Baghdad Iqbali, Feliciano, whoever you want to say. I have no affinity to them. They've done nothing for me. I love Chelsea Football Club. I want Chelsea Football Club to win. However, They give the money, and if these directors spend it better in these constraints, we'll be better. If they spend the money better, we will be better. It's a simple equation. And I think Enzo Maresca is spot on with what he said there. Enzo was very clear as well, because he was asked about the mood of the camp. And he said within the mood of the camp, at this moment in time, people are eager. And he had to reiterate to them that we need to make top 4. The 5 to 6 injuries, not an excuse. He said, look, it's a reason, but it's not an excuse. We can do it. This is the target and we must secure it. And for me, the best part here was he's been telling the players, you're the same players that were 4th. You're the same players that were 2nd for a few weeks. You're the same players that were getting all the plaudits up until game week 19. Nothing's changed. Yes, we have injuries. However, other teams have injuries, and I loved when he said this. He said Manchester City have had injuries, Arsenal have had injuries, Liverpool have had injuries. And for me, they're the teams we need to be looking at. We need to catch them. I don't want to be looking at Forest and Bournemouth. 5th is not an option. 4th. I want minimum 4th. And if we can, we push Manchester City for that 3rd place and Nottingham Forest. That's the annoying thing. He also said what was very interesting was we've got 7 home games left, because he was asked about the protest. He was like, I want the fans to back us. Fans have backed us. When they back us, we play well. And for me, I think this is so important. When the fans go to protest outside the stadium, go mad. Like, do whatever you man want in it. If you guys want to protest, you have the right to protest. Personally, I don't think you should be protesting. That's my opinion. However, you are entitled to protest. This is why it's a free country. Footballers, supporters' rights. I agree. If you don't like something, vent. This is why I say in the stadium sometimes, boo the players if you're unhappy. Boo it. You paid your money, you're allowed to go in and voice your opinion. However, he says the players play better when we feel the support. We got 7 games out of 13 at home. Those 7 games can be pivotal for us to get top 4. If we win those 7 games, we get top 4. I don't agree with that, because I don't think 21 points plus what we have as 64 will get us top 4. I think it'll get us close. We'll need to win some away from home. Hopefully that starts tomorrow. He said this in one reason and one reason only. He wants everyone to be on the same page. Yes, most probably got told, try to unite the fan base with the club. However, he ain't wrong. The players need the support, and hopefully the fans giving them support. He also got asked a question that Goldstein, so someone from the board of members, basically gave him a lot of support and gave him a lot of praise on TV. A lot of people don't like the guy because he's a Spurs fan. Listen, his job's to work for Chelsea Football Club. I don't care who he supports. As long as he's on a boardroom, it doesn't matter to me who's in our boardroom. I'll be honest. Like, genuinely, it doesn't. Furthermore, Enzo Maresca just said it's really nice to hear that support, but we're all ambitious, and went on a soliloquy about how the club wants to win, and he is passionate about this job. And for me, I thought it was a very good interview today. With injuries, there are opportunities. And one of the opportunities at the moment is for Mr. Tariq George. Listen, I said this at the start of the year, and I'm going to reiterate it. Young players make it not because they're good enough, but because they're good enough and they get lucky. And in this case, Tariq George has hit the jackpot. Let me explain. Mudryk is out for the foreseeable future. We don't know when he's coming back. Joao Felix has been loaned out. Noni Madueke, Guiu, and Nicholas Jackson, all injured. What does this mean? It means it's 4 players for 4 positions plus Tariq George. Meaning Tariq George is going to get opportunities to prove himself. Tariq, broski, this is your opportunity. You want a career at Chelsea? You want to play for Chelsea Football Club? You got 4 games now where you're going to get guaranteed minutes. If you can step up and show Enzo Maresca you're better than Jadon Sancho and Pedro Neto, you're going to be getting minutes all the way till the end of the season, purely based on the fact that Neto scored 2 goals all year, Sancho scored 2 goals. So the reality is, it's in your court, broski. Step up. And the manager said the same thing. He said, look, is he ready? We don't know, but we're going to give him a chance. He's good. He's ready to go. He's ready to contribute. Furthermore, Malo Gusto. Question was very well put. They said, look, last year he's developed. He looked like a very good acquisition. This year, he's dropped off a bit. I agree with that. I think Malo is a lot better as a fullback. Maresca, on the other hand, very important player. Absolutely praised the player to the heavens. He said he's a good player, he's valuable, he's important. The good times were happening when him and Reece were rotating. We were getting the balance. Malo Gusto is imperative to us. He is super important to me. This is how he feels. He's been saying this all season, and I know why. Gusto, physically amazing. On the ball, comfortable. Problem is, you got fullbacks in attacking position, and that's when problems occur. So if he's on the overlap and he's just crossing, beautiful. If he's in the final third in your number 10 role, he ain't Joao Cancelo. So you got a little bit of a problem there. But you see how important he is and how much he values him. The final thing we need to talk about is Aston Villa. Enzo Maresca praised them greatly. He reiterated how Unai Emery is one of the best managers in the league. He reiterated how they finished in the top 8 of the Champions League. He reiterated how much of a good side they are and their performance against Liverpool. And I'm going to reiterate that I've got a lot of respect for Aston Villa. Listen, Aston Villa, like Chelsea, have only won 3 of their last 10 games. Aston Villa have only lost 2. They drew the remaining other fixtures. But at the same time, Aston Villa pose a huge threat. If we turn up to Villa Park and we're soft, we're weak, and we're late to challenges, they're going to dunk on our head tops. We need to respect Aston Villa. We don't need to fear Aston Villa, but we need to honour their ability. They've got Marlon, they've got Rashford, they've got Watkins, they've got Asensio, Rodgers. They can harm us. Ramsey in the midfield, they've got Tielemans, Kamara, Onana. All in all, they are a very, very, very good team. Dual-orientated team, physically strong, technically good, athletes that will absolutely dribble past you and take your lunch money. We need to hope that our boys are up for it and that little chip on the shoulders of our boys is there to prove a point. Look, we've beaten them already 3-0 this year. However, it's a different game. Romeo Lavia is not there. Wesley Fofana's not there. Nicholas Jackson's not there. Noni Madueke's not there. And that's 4 players that are physically dominant and imposing in the midfield. Like I said, the Premier League is going to a league where it's all about you need to win your 50-50s, you need to win your duels, you need to be able to stand up and be counted physically. Technically, isn't mattering as much as it once was. That security on the ball doesn't matter as much. You just got to win your 50-50s. And tomorrow is imperative that we win it. Do I think we're going to win it? I don't know. I don't think so. I actually don't think so. Like, if you gave me some money and said you have to put this on a bet, I would say I think Villa will win it or we get a draw. Would I take a draw? 100%. Give me a draw right now. Table won't look great. People will be moaning. People will be upset. However, let's be honest here, right? The form we've been on, a draw against Villa, and then that has to follow up with 2 back-to-back victories with Leicester and Southampton, and then Arsenal. And all of a sudden, if we pick up a draw there, that's 8 points from 12, Villa and Arsenal in it. It doesn't look bad, and the players return, and hopefully we can build from there. But look, the reality is we are not in good form. So for me to sit here and talk smoke like we're going to go win, I'd be deluded. I'd be stupid, actually, like, to be saying that. So I think, honestly, I think I can see a 3-1 Villa. I can. But if Chelsea win, I won't be shocked. Because these players have to have a reaction. At least that's the hopium I have in me. Not even copium, hopium. That these players have been offended. They've been insulted that they lost against Brighton in that kind of fashion. That they're going to come out and make a statement against the Villa team that has played 3 games in 7 days. It is what it is. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Score predictions below. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.